Hello, welcome to Learn Academy. In this tutorial module, we'll be looking at how to insert mathematical equations from the basic equations to the complex equation. Basically just making use of what we have learned from the previous tutorial series. So let's get started. So in this module, we'll be taking a look at these two set of equation. Let's say we want to actually prepare a note, a kind of a class note for students. Probably we're trying to prepare a document, so we want to kind of type in these two equations. The first equation, then we're going to be looking for x. So how do we type this into Microsoft Word? Okay, so you will recall that, let's say I want to type the quadratic, let's say the quadratic equation is given by the, let's say, by the expression below, so now, okay, expression, sorry, come on. Okay, so let's say I want to insert this equation. Just as you know, in previous series, you click on the insert menu. When you click on the insert menu, you come over here, click the drop down arrow, then you simply just move to the insert new equation. Then you can see we have the equation space already for us, now waiting what we're going to type. So if you take a look at what we have here, you can see that we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So we're going to type this into, we're going to insert this into the equation. So let's go. So I have my a already, so I want my h square. So to type the h square, to get the h square in there, you are going to come to the structure section where you click on the script. So I'll simply click on the superscript. So then I put my x square. Okay, let me use capital X. So I put my h square, then I just simply hit on the plus sign, so plus, then I have my bx, so I simply just type b, sorry, I type b, then I put my x, then plus c, so type plus, then c, then equals to 0. So I have the first one here equals to 0. So having said that, so how do we get the value of x? The value of s is given as, let's say the value of s is given as, so I haven't done the necessary proving. This video is not about proving it, but we want to type the next equation here, x equals this. You can see that the formula is kind of a bit complex, from the basic one that we just typed. So we have x equals to all this numerator expression over 2a. So you kind of agree with me that once we put in our equation, we are going to click on insert, then come to the equation drop down arrow, then I click on insert new equation, then I have my x. Okay, I'm using capital X equals. So the first thing to do is that, because we have an expression on the numerator and we have the other expression the denominator, so we're going to make use of fraction first. So I'll just simply come to the fraction, click on normal fraction, then I want to type in on the first space, which is the numerator. So we're having minus b, so I have minus b, sorry, that is minus b. Then you can see this sign, plus or minus. So to have the plus or minus, I will come to the symbols section. So I can see the plus or minus here, plus or minus. Then the next one I have is square root of this expression. So to have the square root, I come to the radical under the structure section. Come to the radical, so I have the square root. Then I simply click on the square space here, because that's where I want to type in. So what are we typing in? We are typing in b square minus 4ac. So how do I get my b square? You can recall, I go to the script, my superscript. So I have my superscript, so I put on b square. Okay, so I just take in one forward arrow, yes, then I type in my minus, you see, minus 4ac. So meaning I'm through with the first expression or the numerator. So I go to the denominator. I just click on the denominator square space there. So I put in 2a, so I have 2a. You can see, then I click outside. I can click anywhere outside. You can see I just finished typing these equation. You can see started from this, then I move to this. So if you have, no matter the number of equations you have, you can simply just type it this way. You can modify it whichever way you want. Now another thing you need to pay attention to is that, remember, these equation space is aligned center, you know, is centered aligned. So I might want to shift it to this other hand, to the left, you know, or to the right, as the case may be. So how do I do that? The first thing to do is to click on the equation space, then you click on the drop down arrow. So you click on the drop down arrow, then you come down to what we call justification. You can see justification. So if I'm justifying it to the left, you can see it moves to the left. I can go back to justification. I can do to the right, it moves to the right. Go back to the drop down arrow, justification, then I can put it at center, you know. Yeah, so whichever one you want, you could do the same thing for these also. So center, left, rather, then you can change to the right. Then of course we can go back to the left, and go back to the left. Then obviously I want this to be on the left. Then there's another thing you need to work with. For example, you can see when I click on the drop down arrow here, you can see what we call change to inline, you know, inline. What the display that this is already, this equation is on display mode, you know, is in display mode, and that is why we have it like this. When we change to inline, what we are saying is that the mathematical expression will actually flow along with my text. That means I can actually put these equation right in front of these expression, rather than just moving into the next line. So let me change this to inline. So I click on change to inline. So the moment I click on change to inline, I can backspace it, you can see. So it makes it easy for me to just simply type and, you know, type my equation along with my text. You know, you can see the quadratic equation is given by the expression this, you know, instead of just taking another space in the next line. Now watch out, if I change it to, I can change it back to change to display. Once I change it to change to display, you know, it moves automatically to the next line because it changes away from inline. So I guess you get that very well. So let's look at another more complex equation that we have here. We have more complex equation we are going to type. We have an equation that probably engineering student, mathematical student, science based people will understand. This is Fourier series, you know. So let's say we want to type the Fourier series of a function. Let's say the Fourier series of a function, you know, of period, of function of period what, period 2L is, you know. Then I move to the next line. So how do we go about this? You know, of course, as always, the first thing is to go to the insert menu, you know, then you come to the equation drop down arrow, then you click on the insert new equation. So when I click on the insert equation, so I want to type this, so simply I just put on my F, then I come to the bracket, the structure section, click on the bracket. So I click the first one, this is what I want, parentheses. So I just click on the square space here and put my X. So the first one, I have my f of x. So my f of x, then I just simply type my equal to sign. Then the next one is to have my a subscript 0. You know, I need to have my a subscript 0. So what do? I go to the scripts under the structure. I go to the script, then I put in my subscripts. So I have my a, then I move to the next square bracket 0. You can see I have my a subscript 0. Then I'm having a plus. I can use my keyboard to insert a plus symbol. Then I have these kind of a summation structure. So I'm going to look for, we have to look for this summation structure there first. Summation structure. So we come to under this structure. So we click on the large operator. So I guess I can make use of these. So I select this. Then I want to have my n-1 here, n-1. Then at the top here, you could recall there's infinity symbol. You can see this infinity symbol. So we're going to check out for these infinity symbols under the symbol section. So it's not here. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's here. So I just click on the infinity symbol. You can see. Then I move to the main square box. Then I'm having the whole of this expression, you know, encapsulated in that small square. So the first thing to do obviously is to put this bracket. So I need to first of all put the bracket. So I come over here, I select my bracket. Okay, good. Then I click the main center box to start typing. So I have another one, subscript, a subscript n. So I go back to my script. Then I click on the subscript. Then I have my a, then my subscript n. Then I move out of that particular space. Then I have cos n pi x over here. So I can type my cos first. Let me just type the cos. You know, I type my cos. Then after the cos, you know, I'm having a form of a numerator and denominator, which is a fraction. So I come to the fraction structure side, select my fraction. Then I simply go to the first numerator. What am I having in the numerator? I have n pi x. So I have my n. Okay, so I can go and look for my pi in the symbol section. Pi. Then I put my x. Good. Then in the denominator I have my L. Oh, that's good. That's good. Then I press my forward arrow key, you know, to continue the equation. Then I have my plus sign. Plus. Okay, that's good. Then I bust to where I have my b subscript n. Just as the same, I'm going to go to my script, go to the subscript section. Then I have my b, then subscript n. Okay, good. Then I have sign here, so I can just type in my sign. Okay, that's good. Then eventually I have my fraction again with n pi x over L. So I go back to the fractions. Then I click my fraction. Then I can have my n. Then I look for pi. Okay, pi, where are you? Okay, this is pi. Good, that's good. Then I have my hex. Then finally I just put my L there. Catcher, you see? Oh, wow. I just finished typing this complex equation. You can see. So no matter the complexity of the equations that you have at hand, you can actually, you know, use Microsoft Office Word to do that. Very easy, very direct. Just follow, combine all the structures together with the symbols. Just follow it as you want to do, and you're going to get what you need to get. You know, it's as easy as what I've just demonstrated. So this is going to be the end of this video module. On the next coming module, we'll be looking at quite other aspects that we have not actually taken a look at. So thank you. Bye for now.